Look at that, huh?
Whoa, mozzarella.
Oh, come on, look at that, look at that. Welcome to Let's Makan, and I have two members of my Youth Advisory Council. Those of you that don't know, the ambassador has a Youth Advisory Council here in Singapore. We like to talk to the youth of the country and understand what they want their future to be. And welcome to lunch.
Thank you. I was thinking about like gender. We could talk a little bit about that. I mean, like gender and politics, because I feel like that's something that's like really close to my heart. Like I went to a girls' school, right? So we saw like that sort of like girls' leadership, and I think like for me, that's something that's really important to Singapore's future.
Well, I think we find that every country treats gender differently.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to try to understand each other and be curious as to why gender is being thought about differently in other countries. What I will say is women have it hard. They're expected to run families, they're expected to raise children, they're expected to have careers, but how do you do it all? And I think that's a very difficult thing for society to be able to think about. So in America, we try to offer childcare, we try to offer benefits, we try to figure out ways to make it easier for women to participate in the economy and society, but we also have to recognize that it's hard to do everything. Women's place in society is changing and their role in society is changing. But if it was up to me, I'd have women run the whole place.
As an ambassador, part of your job is to pitch your nation to other countries to make it look in the best light. Whenever I'm talking about to the kids about like schools and stuff, like talking about college plans and things like that, how in part do you try and get people to go to the U.S. or to interact with the U.S. or try and put the U.S. in the best light for foreign visitors or just for foreign viewers?
Well, we think the United States has some of the best education, especially higher education in the world. And one of the reasons why Singaporeans love to come to America and why there are hundreds of thousands of Singaporeans that have studied in America is because the education that you get in America is very different than that of Asia. And what makes it different, I think, comes down to a few things. One, we want to teach you how to make mistakes as opposed to teach you how to not make mistakes. Because making mistakes, I think, is very important in life, because life is not necessarily all about doing the right thing all the time. It's about trying to get to the right outcome as quickly as you can. And if you make mistakes along the way, then correct them quickly and move on. We believe in a very liberal education and a liberal arts education. We think it's very important in America to not only study science and math, but to also study humanities and study language. I think it's great for you to understand other cultures. So you get to leave your home country and go to a new country. Your ability to go somewhere else and learn that culture, speak that language, experience that environment, meet those kids, that will only make you a stronger student. So we would love you to come to America. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you.